Of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 13th day of May 2021. We go back to Friday night, the 19th of August, 1949, for this big one between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Pirates. In the day between streams was Thursday in game time, and so the Philadelphia Phillies beat the Brooklyn Dodgers. So Brooklyn's solo lead in first place in the National League lasted all of one day, as both the Dodgers and the Cardinals are 69 and 46 in a flat-footed tie for the National League pennant. If by any chance this season ends up in a tie in the National League, and only the National League, we would play a best-of-3 playoff between St. Louis and Brooklyn, or whoever else would be tied. Game 1 being... I don't know who has a better record between the two. Game 1 would give home field to... we don't want them to travel too much, so it would be the worst record between the two. So let's just say Brooklyn had a better record. Game 1 would be in St. Louis, Game 2 would be in Brooklyn, and Game 3 would be in Brooklyn, because that's how the National League did playoffs. A little easier when the Dodgers and the Giants did it in 51 because they were in the same city, but St. Louis and Brooklyn, especially in the days before air travel was common, would have done, obviously, not been bing, bang, and boom. And, of course, they're probably waiting for the Yankees anyway. So that's the situation. If we get a playoff, it would be the team that had the worst record between the two would host Game 1. Game 2 would be at the better record. And we would probably go with the league that hosted Game 1 of the World Series. If I remember correctly, in odd number years, that was the American League. So it may all be moot anyway. But that would be the point. So right now, St. Louis is 69 and 46. Brooklyn is 60 and 46. The Pirates go with the lefty Cliff Chambers today, and they are 60 and 55. They still have a chance. They got to get red hot right about now, but they've been playing some pretty good ball. So that's the setup for you. Let's play some baseball on a Thursday at lunch, shall we? As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball Replay 1949. Today, from Forbes Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates at 60 and 55 versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Jerry Staley for the Cards, Cliff Chambers for the Pirates. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulations and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, not all the same thing, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Oh, we gotta throw someone out immediately. That's nice. An account created on the 20th of March. So Cliff Chambers, wondering where that was the other day when we had the stream disrupted for 28 minutes in the field. D. Scott's rooting for the Pirates today. How are you? Good morning. Cliff Chambers is 5-3 with a 3.36 ERA. He's 27 years old. He is a fastball pitcher at 87 and a standard pitcher. Doesn't favor the ground ball nor the fly ball, and his nickname is Lefty. How you doing, Mr. Forsberg? Friday, August 19th at night is where we're playing this. Against the Cardinals, he's made one start, 7 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. He walked 2 and struck out 4 and did not draw a decision. And knowing my luck, that was his last start? Yes, it was. So that was his last start. So that was on the 14th, so he's on 4 days rest. Normal rest for him. Overall, as we said, 5-3 with a 3.36 ERA. 91 innings, 100 hits. 39 runs, 34 earned, 8 home runs. He's walked 37 and struck out 40. And this will be the lineup that he'll face this afternoon. Chuck Deering in center field leads off Red Shane Dietz will bat second and play second. Stan Musial is in right field. He'll hit third. Nippy Jones in his 21-game hitting streak will hit cleanup and play first. Enos Slaughter hitting .356 is in left field. He'll bat fifth. Marty Marion back in the lineup today at short. He'll bat sixth. Del Rice will catch and bat seventh. Tommy Glaviano at third will bat eighth. And Jerry Staley, who should throw about 120 pitches, will bat ninth. Defensively for the Pirates, Ralph Kiner a 6 and a 5 in left. Tommy Safel is a 5 and a 4 in center. Dixie Walker is a 2 and a 7 in right. Bachman, who became a scout, as D. Scott Howard told us on Tuesday, is a 5 at third. Stan Rojic is a 4 at short. Basgall is a 3 at second. Johnny Hopp is a 5 at first. Clyde McCullough is an 8 and a 5 behind the plate. And Chambers is a 6 range and a 1,000 fielding percentage. Deering steps in with an 8-game hitting streak. It is 74 degrees. Clear skies, winds blowing towards the University of Pittsburgh, right to left at 13. Deering at .332, a homer, and 23 RBI. And this one starts with a fly ball to left that's going to drop in front of Kiner. Deering is on with his 20th double. That technically went down the line and Kiner had to get it off the scoreboard. And that's how this one starts. A double for the Cardinals. Shane Dietz, red at .294, 2 homers and 49. Big Clue says no audio. So say what you want about Brad right now. But he's watching today. The best part of no audio. Everyone, say hi to Brad. Of course, you never have the audio on for this channel, Dave. We can tell. Pitch to Shane Dietz is a ground ball to Rojic. Deering will hold. Throws to first for the out. And Shane Dietz is hurt. And he turned his ankle. And so no Shane Dietz. That's a big loss for the Cardinals up the middle. Here's Musial, staying at .307, 23 homers, and 90 RBI. There's a line drive to Basgall, and there's 2 out. Well, if you had your audio on, Brad, you would have known the answer to that. Here's Nippy Jones, 21-game hitting streak, .370, 7 homers, and 59 RBI. And we'll have to take a bigger role in this game. Yep, we see it. But if you had your audio on, you'd know the answer. So the others in the chat just say, I know, but I'm not saying. Pitch to Jones, popped up left side. Bachman is there. And that will retire the side. Solly Hemus will come into play second. He's a manager. That's what I know him for. He's a 3 at second, by the way, with a .981 fielding percentage. We'll set the defense for you in a second. So here's Jerry Staley. Staley's had a good year. He's 10 and 6 with 3 saves and an ERA of .313. He's won his last 3 decisions. Against Pittsburgh, this is his 5th start and 6th appearance overall. 30 2/3 innings. 29 hits, 16 runs, 15 earned. He's walked 7 and struck out 11. Against the Pirates, he is 3-2 with an ERA of .440. He's 28 years old, fastball pitcher 85, and a ground ball pitcher. The last time out came against the Pirates on the 12th, so he's had a full week, and that game would have been at Sportsman's Park. 9 innings in the win, 7 hits. 2 runs, both earned. He walked 2 and struck out 2. So overall, 126 1/3 innings, 124 hits, 9 home runs, 51 runs in total, 44 earned. He has walked 29 and struck out 35.
So good numbers for Staley. Here's the Pirate lineup. Stan Rogic will lead off at short. Tommy Safel is in center field. He'll bat second. Johnny Hopp will bat third and play first. Ralph Kiner in left will clean up, and boy has he cleaned up this year. Dixie Walker in right will bat fifth. Bascal at second goes sixth. Bachman in overdrive with Mr. Turner will bat seventh and play third. Clyde McCullough behind the plate bats eighth, and Cliff Chambers, who threw 16 pitches in the first, will bat ninth. Enos Slaughter is a 5 and a 4, by the way, in left. D. Scott Howard is kind enough to tell Big Clue what's going on. Chuck Deering is a 6 and a 6 in center for the Cardinals. Stan Musial is a 9 and a 7 in right. Glaviano an 8 at third. Marty Marion, who's loving the fact that Brad can't hear him, is a 9 at short. Solly Hemus, who comes into the game cold, is a 3 at second. Nippy Jones is a 6 at first. Del Rice behind the plate, he's a 5 and a 4. And Jerry Staley a 7 on the mound with a 983 fielding percentage. Rogic at 278, no homers, and 39 RBI. No score, bottom of the first. Staley's pitch, fouled behind the plate, a lot of room here, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball to Hemus, test him right away, over to Jones, 1 out. So Shane Dean's turned an ankle at the plate. Tom Safel at 406, now looking like early May numbers, a homer and 11 RBI. Ground ball to Hemus, second verse, same as the first. So 2 out for Johnny Hopp. Johnny hitting .367, 4 homers, and 43 RBI. If you missed it in the open, the Cardinals and Dodgers are tied for first. Hopp, slow bounder. Hemus is going to get all 3 chances over to Jones, and that will retire the side. So, defensively it worked out just fine. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 done, no score. So Slaughter, Marion, and Rice to face Chambers. Lefty versus lefty. Slaughter at 356, 9 homers, and 66 RBI. Ball 4. So Slaughter leads off with a walk. Here's Marty Marion. 276, 9 homers, and 49 RBI. Got him. He swung on and missed an 87-mile-an-hour fastball. First strikeout for Chambers. And that'll bring up Del Rice at 271, 2 homers, and 24 RBI. SJS Sports Gaming Journal Jamie. That's just easier to say because I know where it comes from. Subbed again yesterday. Now is subbed for 10 straight months and 11 months in total. And TB Pauly is our latest follower, our 178th. Pitch to Rice is a little nubber. McCullough will pick it up and throw to first. Bascal covering. That's technically a bunt, and it worked. So it goes 2-4 on the sacrifice. Slaughter moves to second for Glaviano. Tommy at 278, a homer, and 14 RBI. Chambers kicks and fires, and there's a base hit in the left field. Slaughter will round third and score, so the sacrifice leads to a run, and Glaviano stands on first base. And that'll bring up Jerry Staley at 225, no homers, and 2 RBI. Got him. He swings and misses the fastball to end the inning. But the Cardinals play some small ball. They manufacture a run on a hit and no errors. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and St. Louis 1, Pittsburgh nothing. So Kiner, Walker, and Basgal to face Staley here in the second. Kiner, if it wasn't for Jackie Robinson, would be the clear MVP. He's at 315, 43 home runs, and 120 runs batted in. His OPS, which I'm not sure was even a thing in 1949, 1135. Kiner pops it up. Solly Hemus is the busiest guy in the city of Pittsburgh. That's his fourth chance of the ball game on all 4 outs. Here's Dixie Walker. Dixie at 281, 2 homers and 21 RBI. And there's a fly ball to right. Musial runs into right center, has it tagged down, and that is the second out. So that brings up Monty Bascall. Monty, M-O-N-T-Y, at 205, 2 homers, and 23 RBI. Right back to Staley, over to Jones, and that will retire the side. Pirates go again in order. We've played 2 at Forbes. It's 1-0 St. Louis. So top of the lineup for St. Louis, Deering and Hemus, who hasn't batted yet, and Musial. Chuck doubled his first time up, but did not score. Chambers, 33 pitches through his first 9 batters, 2 innings, 2 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. I wonder how confusing it would be to watch one of these on mute. Chambers' pitch. There's a liner in left center field. Deering is digging for 2. The throw to Bascall is not in time, and Chuck has his 21st double of the year. So for Solly Hemus, he hasn't batted yet this replay. This might be his first game. Solly, who did he manage for? In real life, 333, no homers, and 2 RBI. Pitch from Chambers. There's a slow bounder to Bascall. He throws it over to first. Deering moves to third, and Hemus is retired. Brings up Musial. Stan is 0 for 1. Go through some stretches where you don't see anything going on, and then you see all sorts of flurries of activity if you're watching on mute. But I suppose if you're working, that probably is the safest thing. Pitch to Musial is a fly ball to right. Walker will flag it down, and Deering will tag. The throw home to McCullough is not in time. So it's 2-0 St. Louis with 2 outs here in the third. And I knew that someone would know the answer, and Jamie says that Solly Hemus was the Cardinals' manager between 1959 and 1961. Which just goes to show that my knowledge of baseball history is pretty deep, because I knew it was the Cardinals, I just couldn't remember when. Just kind of wonder sometimes if your memory plays tricks on you or not. Nippy Jones, by the way, is 0 for 1. Chambers delivers, and there's a liner in the center field, so Jones now has a 22-game hitting streak. And D. Scott Howard is about to give back his Pittsburgh Pirates fan club membership. Here's Slaughter. Walked and scored in the second. And there's a liner in the left center field. Safel picks it up. Slaughter digging for 2, and that's his 33rd double of the year. And so St. Louis is making this look like a turnstile offense. Everybody's going to get a turn. Here's Marty Marion. He struck out his first time up. Got him! So Chambers gets out of it, not before the Cardinals get a run on 3 hits and no errors. The 0-2 fastball caught the inside corner, and that ends the inning. Bottom of the third inning here at Forbes, 2-0 St. Louis. So Eddie Bachman, Clyde McCullough, and Cliff Chambers to bat here in the third. D. Scott says, I'm just looking for a little help from my Dodgers. I think in the parlance of election night, The National League race is too close to call. Bachman at 243, 8 homers, and 27 RBI. There's a ground ball base hit left side. Marion couldn't get there, and Bachman has the first hit for the Pirates. Zalapsky, Smurf, how are you? Greetings from London, Ontario. Jamie says, according to Wikipedia, Hemus as a manager told Bob Gibson and Kurt Flood they were not good as ball players and should find another line of work. We hope that Solly ended up enjoying his stay as a manager at a Holiday Inn last night. Wow. Wow. Here's McCullough at 266. Clyde has 5 homers and 31 RBI. Clyde, it's a ground ball to third. Might be 2. Glaviano throws across the way. Only chances at first on the bang-banger, and McCullough is out. So Bachman moves to second. Glaviano and Jones play for the bunt. Chambers at 219. No homers and 2 RBI. And apparently the feed coming in quite well on the CBC as Golf Guy is watching. How you doing? So Montreal and the GTO represent. Chambers will square. Bunt is down. Rice will throw to Hemus. And Chambers is retired. And then I'll bring up Rojek, who's 0 for 1. Staley is opening 9 on 27 pitches, 2 2/3 innings, and a hit. And that's it. And greetings here from 95 minutes south of Montreal. T. Scott Howard watching on the Bill Walton channel. Always good for a trip. Pitch to Rojek is a base hit into right center field. Musial cuts it off. Rojek will hold with a single, and the Pirates are on the board. It's 2-1. So that brings up Safel. Tom is 0 for 1. Throw to first, Rojek back. Bottom of the third inning, 2-1 St. Louis. Cardinals and Dodgers are tied for first. And there's a little number down to Hemus. He throws to Jones. Safel trying to outrun it, but he won't. And that will retire the side. Pirates get on the board on a run and 2 hits. They leave a runner on. We go to the fourth, 2-1 St. Louis. We'll just let the White Sox bad record speak for itself. There you see it. Both teams are now played the same amount of games, and they are 69 and 46. You would think with that run differential, the edge would go to the Dodgers. But the Cardinals have only allowed 4 more runs than Brooklyn. Take that for what it's worth. The Giants are now 5.5 back. That could get interesting. The Pirates are in 4th place at 9 back, and Philly at 10 back at 61 and 58. American League, well, we now have elimination numbers. Now the Yankees' magic number is 29. That's very good. Very good. That's absolutely true. Boston at 14 at back at 60 and 56. Then the Tigers, the Senators, who have held on remarkably well, Philadelphia, Chicago, and St. Louis. And remember, on the CBC before baseball, Sesame Street and Mr. Dress-Up. And the difference between Canadian Sesame Street and American Sesame Street was that when they did the language segments, instead of them being in English and Spanish, they were in English and French. But I think the rest of all the Muppet skits were the same, weren't they? Here's Del Rice, 271, 2 homers, and 24 RBI. And I must say that this is a type of conversation that you would never find on a Fortnite stream. When is the Friendly Giant coming on? Later. On most of these CBC stations, except for on the West Coast when Front Page Challenge will be seen in its regular time. Say hello to KC and Finnegan, okay? Followed by a very special Wayne and Schuster. Pitch to Rice is a base hit in the left field. Connor will pick it up. And Rice will hold with a single. Sixth hit for the Cardinals, by the way. Here's Glaviano. Tommy is singled and drove in a run his first time up. You're actually north of Victoria. Oh, based on principle, I think you are. Pitch to Glaviano is a base hit in the left center field. Connor will pick it up. Rice will hold at second. And Chambers hasn't fooled anybody. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. Staley struck out his first time up. Bachman and Hop play for the bunt. Chambers deals. Staley bunts. McCullough will let it roll foul, and the count is 0-2. Actually, I think where D. Scott Howard is, Victoria would be due west, and that island, thanks to geography and treaties, is technically considered in Canada and not in Washington, if I'm correct. And nobody got the Dallas joke. Pitch to Staley. He strikes out. He looked at an 0-2 fastball, and that'll do it. You'll wait for the Beachcombers. Yep, grew up on Canadian. There's some good stuff on Canadian TV. So 1 out. Runners on first and second for Deering. Chambers for 18 batters, 56 pitches, which isn't terrible, but only 3 1/3 innings. 7 hits. Both the Cardinal runs are earned. He's walked 1 and struck out 4. I can say it, Schitt's Creek. It's always fun watching the Hockey Night in Canada and seeing Bob Cole go read previews for Little Mosque on the Prairie. Retro Sports Baseball on CBC live at noon, 1:30 in Newfoundland. Who was the guy with the mustache? Which show is that? Pitch to Deering is ball 4. So the Cardinals have loaded the bases while we reminisce about Canadian television. Here's Solly Hemus. Bases loaded. 1 out. He's 0 for 1. So Chambers is trying to find the chambermaid to clean out his pot. Here's the pitch. Here's a fly ball to right. Walker comes in, makes the catch. I think that's going to be too shallow. Rice will not tag. Corner gas was pretty good. Oh, so they're talking about Canadian TV shows. Here's Stan Musial. Stan is 0 for 2. All-American guy drinking some milk. He drove in a run. So Rice on third, Glaviano on second, Deering on first. Pitch to Musial is popped up left center field. Safel goes back to the base of the track, and that will retire the side. The Cardinals have left on 7. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. St. Louis 2, Pittsburgh 1. And any talk of funny Canadian television shows needs to include SCTV in the conversation. And if you like modern, or relatively modern, Royal Canadian Air Force, but just saying. It'll be Hop, Kiner, and Walker to face Staley here in the 4th. Hop is 0 for 1. And there's a ground ball base hit. Marion couldn't get there. And that's a leadoff single. Trailer Park Boys. My dad liked Trailer Park Boys. Here's Kiner. Ralph is 0 for 1. Throw to first. Hop is back. So the Cardinals have had all sorts of chances to put this one away. There's a ground ball to second, might be two. Hemus to Marion for one. Marty throws to first, and they got him. So 4-6-3 on the double play, and Kiner is hurt. He rolled an ankle, but will be able to stay in the ball game. So nobody on for Dixie Walker, who's 0 for 1. Wow, Martin Scorsese filmed an SCTV reunion apparently won't be aired. Was that before or after John Candy died? My baby sister loves John Candy. Pitch to Walker is a ground ball base hit. So the double play really stings as Marion takes in the throw from Deering. Fourth hit for the Pirates. Here's Bascall, who's 0 for 1. Monty swings, and there's a line drive base hit left center field. Slaughter will pick it up. Walker meanders to third, and the Pirates have runners on the corners and 2 outs for Eddie Blackman. Let's not forget Ron James, okay? Had about 45 records from the Irish Rovers, okay? Oh, it was about 2 years ago. Then why won't it be aired? They all get along. That's too bad. Bachman 1 for 1 with an RBI. Line drive to left. That's going to get around the corner. Walker scores. Bascall will round third. He will score. Slaughter throws to third to throw in for Bachman. Not in time, and that is a triple. So the Pirates pull ahead 3-2, and D. Scott Howard puts the Pirate stuff back on. So Bachman, his first triple of the year, clears the bases. Tommy Hunter, yep. Variety Show Gold. So 2 out, and the Pirates have 2 in. Here's McCullough. He's 0 for 1. Pitch to McCullough. There's a base hit down the line left. That's extra bases. Bachman will score. McCullough has 2. McCullough is digging for 3, and he's in there. He's in there with a triple. So it's a rare chance to see back-to-back triples, and the Pirates lead it 4-2. Here's Chambers. He had a sacrifice bonus first time up, 2 out. And there's a ground ball to Marion over to first, and that will retire the side. A big inning for the Pirates. 3 runs on 5 hits in back-to-back triples. No errors. They leave a runner on after 4. 4-2 Pittsburgh. So that'll bring up Nippy Jones, who's 1 for 2. Now is a 22-game hitting streak. Rights issues. Okay. It being dead in the water is actually recent in the past couple days. That's too bad. Man, that stuff is funny. You should go look up. Eugene Levy is just a genius. There's a skit that he did for a Perry Como concert. Now, this is definitely stuff you won't hear on a Fortnite stream. Pitch to Jones is a base hit into left center field. And, of course, the joke being that Perry Como being the king of relaxing music. And he sings the songs. It's like one of those K-Tel records, so it's all popular stuff just done in Perry. Yeah, more relaxed than you've ever seen him before. Yes, it is one of those things that you can watch about once a month and laugh till you cry. It really is. That's funny. And one of the clips of people who went and saw the concert, and one of them is Dave Thomas and some lightened hair going, that concert was just a little bit more up-tempo than the time I saw him in Tel Aviv. Yeah. Just great stuff. Here's Slaughter. Enos is doubled, 1 for 1, and walked. And there's a line drive foul first base side, and somebody from Chambersburg made that catch. 0-2 the count. You don't think Scully and those got sidetracked onto 40-year-old TV shows when they were doing that? You think Scully in the middle of a ball game at Dodger Stadium got talking about Lucy and the Chocolate Factory? Pitch to Slaughter. There's a ground ball base hit. Jones will hold at second. And that's the 9th Cardinal hit. Oh, Dave Thomas was in a Beachcombers revival special. Never saw the Beachcombers. That one I'm not familiar with. Here's Marty Marion. Marty has struck out twice. Mark was excited as a kid. He watched the good version of Benny Hill on Canadian TV. Pitch to Marion is a bunt. He dragged one down. McCullough throws to second, and it goes into center field. And so they don't get Slaughter on the force, and the bases are loaded. Nobody out. So Chambers, with the bases loaded, trying to get the shutdown inning. He needs a double play right now. Here's Rice. He's 1 for 1. He singled. And Sacrifice bunted in the second. Base hit left field. That should tie the game. Jones will score. Slaughter will hold it third, so it will not. And it's 4-3. Red-green, of course. Yep, just keep your stick on the ice. And if they don't find you handsome, at least they'll find you handy. I think Gardner has checked out. Yes, it did run 20 years. It does work. Pitch to Glaviano is a ground ball to Hop. They play him in, and Hop can't play it. The Hop played Hop, and the game is tied at 4. So Hop, who was trying to figure if he just threw home to get the out, there is still nobody out, and we're tied at 4. They play for the bunt. Chambers isn't long for this game now. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. He got Staley to swing and miss on a changeup. And that's the 5th strikeout for Chambers. So 27 batters deep. 1 out here in the 5th. 83 pitches, 4 1/3 innings, 10 hits. 4 runs, only 2 earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 5. But that whip of 2.769 does anybody no favors. Deering is doubled twice. He has also walked and scored. Pirates would love a double play. They might get it. Bachman coming in. Only play is to first, and Deering is going to beat it out. That was such a slow ground ball that Chambers getting squeezed all the time. That brings up Solly Hemus, who's 0 for 2. Pitch from Chambers in the center field. Safel going back. Makes the catch. Rice will tag and score. They try to get Rice, and no. So it's 6-4. 2 out from Musial. And Stan is 0 for 3. Got him. That was ugly. That was a really ugly inning. He got Musial to swing and miss at the fastball. 4 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. Halfway home on a Thursday afternoon, 6-4, St. Louis. So Brad's still watching and tells you what happened to Red Shanings. He was injured in the first. If you joined us late, here's how he got here. Tommy Glaviano, an RBI single, and the second to make it 1-0 St. Louis. In the third, it became 2-0. A Stan Musial with a sac fly. Nippy Jones with a hitting streak now at 22. In the third inning, Rojek singled to score Bachman. Pittsburgh got on the board. It was 2-1. St. Louis had a boatload of chances to score in the fourth and couldn't. Then the Pirates went ahead in the bottom of the fourth inning. Eddie Bachman a 2-run triple to make it 3-2 Pittsburgh, and then McCullough with a triple after that to make it 4-2. In the fifth, St. Louis, thanks to some shoddy fielding, got 4 runs. Del Rice singled home Jones to make it 4-3. Glaviano, on an error by the first baseman, tied the ball game at 4. Chuck Deering singled to score Marty Marion to make it 5-4, and Solly Hemus with the sac fly to make it 6-4. So Staley has given up 4 runs through 4 and 7 hits, and Chambers gave up all 4 of those runs in the fifth were unearned. So he's only been charged with 2, 11 hits. He has walked 2 and struck out 6. So neither of these performances will get them the best ever performance in Baseball Digest. So Staley, 53 pitches and 7 hits through 4. All 4 runs are earned. Rojek, 1 for 2. He is singled and drove home a run. And it's a ground ball to short. Marion, 1 out. That was an impressive inning for the Cards. Here's Safel. He's 0 for 2. Got him. Fastball swung on and missed on a full count, and that's the first strikeout for Staley. That brings up Hop, 1 for 2, but his big error with the infield in opened up the parting seas. Now he draws a walk this time. 3-0 curve was outside, ball 4. And then that'll bring up Kiner, who's a tying run. Ralph is 0 for 2. 2 out, bottom of the fifth, 6-4 St. Louis. Kiner rips one down the line and left. Hop has good speed. He's going to be around third. Will Kiner dig for 3? Yes, he will. They'll throw to Glaviano, and that's a triple. That's the third Pirate triple of the game, and the 8th for Kiner on the year, and it's 6-5 St. Louis. It's like Oprah. You get a triple, and you get a triple. Here's Walker. Dixie is 1 for 2. Has singled and scored. This time around, a sharp ground ball to Hemus over to Jones. And Nippy stays on the bag, and that will retire the side. However, 1 run, 1 hit, the big triple by Kiner, and no errors. Pirates leave on a runner. The blazing speed of Ralph Kiner. Yep. We go to the 6th at 6-5 St. Louis. So here's Jones. Kiner's ankle is okay, John. Yep. Jones is 2 for 3. Nippy has singled twice and scored. Chambers deals. There's a ground ball to Hop. This time he makes the play himself. 1 out. Here's Slaughter. Enos has walked, singled, and doubled. 2 for 2. Ground ball to third. Bachman on a bang-banger over to first, and that is an out. So 2 out for Marion. Marty is 0 for 2. Has struck out twice and scored. He bunted and was safe on the bad throw by McCullough. Actually, he bunted and the throw was going into center field. Got him again. So he swings and misses at a fastball, and that will retire the side. Chambers back to form after 5.5, 6-5 St. Louis. So Bascal, Blackman, and McCullough. Monty is 1 for 2, has singled and scored. There's a ground ball to Staley, up the box, throw to first, 1 out. Here's Eddie. Eddie tripled and singled. He drove in 2. He has 29 runs batted in this year and has scored 35 times. Into right center. Back goes Musial. That is caught. So the wind is blowing straight out to center at 18. On a beautiful night in Pittsburgh, 68 degrees. McCullough has an RBI triple and is 1 for 2. Got him. Staley got him on a 1-2 looking. Fastball is in there. After 6 is St. Louis 6, Pittsburgh 5. So Rice, Glaviano, and Staley in what should be the last inning for Chambers, unless the Pirates' bullpen is terrible. Rice has singled twice. Chambers giving me the fatigue warning. Rice has scored and driven in a run. Popped up to the screen. McCullough, no. That's out of play. We'll roll back down. The count is 0-2. So Chambers has struck out 7. There's a liner to first base, and Hop stole a hit. Hop got the glove up on the run and robbed him of a base hit. And there's 1 out for Glaviano. Tommy is 2 for 3. Has singled twice, driven in a run. His 15th. Tommy, of course, having the rough job of replacing the All-Star Eddie Kazak. And Glaviano this time draws the walk. 3rd walk given up. And that'll bring up Staley, who's 0 for 3. He has struck out 3 times. So Bachman and Hop play for the bunt. 1 out. Pitch to Staley is a bunt down. McCullough throws to Bascal covering at first, and that sacrifice works. So 2-4 on the bunt. Glaviano moves to second. Mr. Deering is 3 for 3. Is singled, doubled twice, scored, driven in a run and walked. That's a productive day. Chambers threw 36 batters, 118 pitches, 6 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. McCullough and Chambers have a few words. Cliff's pitch. There's a fly ball to left. Kiner should have it. He does, and at stretch time, 6-5 St. Louis. Well, I know not all of you follow me on Facebook, and I hope you can kind of read this. But every day since the pandemic started, I've put up some sort of little funny thing or something positive and all that. And some friends of mine from high school 1,000 years ago sent my name in for recognition from the governor of Vermont. And I was awarded the Ray of Kindness award, and so I finally got it. I think I was given it on March 31st. It finally came in the mail, and so I'll read it to you. So, whereas Vermonters light the way in many ways, we are known for our commitment to community, our willingness to serve, and for going the extra mile to help those in need. And whereas our state and nation continue to confront this once-in-a-century pandemic and its many consequences, more than ever, we've relied on each other to help get through these difficult times. And whereas, in addition to organized efforts to help our friends, families, and neighbors, sometimes it's the little things, those simple, random, everyday acts of kindness and goodwill, that can make all the difference. And whereas, Vermonters have stepped up to meet the moment, going above and beyond to do their part, showing that we are much stronger when we are united. And whereas, to call more attention to the rays of kindness and good deeds happening throughout Vermont, and the good people making them happen. I am shining a light on acts of kindness, selfless service, and goodwill happening throughout our state. And whereas Ron Juckett has been nominated for this recognition by numerous community members, and whereas Ron Juckett of Burlington spread joy and kindness to hundreds of friends every day throughout the pandemic. He is a bright light to all he encounters. Now, therefore, I, Philip B. Scott, Governor, hereby recognize and honor Ron Juckett for lighting the way and being a ray of kindness and goodwill during these unprecedented times. So, thank you so much. No, it had nothing to do with putting up with Gardner. Peter Mansbridge will be contacting me for a CBC interview shortly, as soon as he finds his hair. If your state doesn't do that, bug your governor's office to recognize those in your neighborhood. Thank you, Jamie. To recognize those who have helped you in your state or province, who've helped you get through. I'm really, really touched by this and all that. So thank you so much for that. Going to pinch hit for Cliff Chambers here. Let's see. Who can hit a righty? Wally Westlake. Wally at 286, 18 homers, and 87 RBI. Remember, it's a one-run game here in the bottom of the seventh. 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Cardinals. With 10 left on, 5 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors, and 3 left on for the Pirates. Wally right back up the box to Staley, over to first, 1 out. You know, it was kind of work with the 78 because that was the season that it all made sense, and if I went daily, that would be the one I would have wanted to go daily with. So, it worked. There's a playlist for that, by the way, on YouTube if you haven't seen it. Here's Rojek. Stan is 1 for 3, RBI and a single. Staley, 83 pitches, 6 1/3 innings through 27 batters, 8 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Line drive to Marion, 2 out. Here's the foul. Tom is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And there's a ground ball to Jones, and that played him. So Safel will reach. Jones goes back to pick it up. First error for the Cards, and that'll bring up Johnny Hop. So Safel, the tying run. Hop, the go-ahead run. Johnny is 1 for 2. He is singled and walked. There's I don't know what the heck that was. I think they hit the mound. Bounces to Hemus, over to Jones, and that will retire the side. Staley got a piece of it and deflected it right in the glove of Hemus. It is 67 degrees and the wind's blowing out the center at 18. Oh, I teased it. I haven't done it yet. It is one of my things that is on my list of things to do and have been busy doing other things. But, yep, that's coming up soon. Who's going to pitch? Lefty. Going to go with Lombardi? I can go with Lombardi. So Lombardi comes in to pitch. Vic, making his 29th appearance. as my nose itches. Fastball pitcher at 26 years old at 88. And a standard pitcher. He is 6-3 overall. He's won his last 6 decisions. Against the Cardinals, this is his 4th appearance. 8 innings. 15 hits, yikes. 15 runs, double yikes. 14 earned runs, triple yikes. He's walked 8 and struck out 7. No decisions, but he has an ERA of 15.75. Overall, he has an ERA of 6.45. Hasn't pitched since the 16th. An inning against the Reds. 2 hits. A run it was earned. Overall, 99 innings. 124 hits. 76 runs. 71 earned. 11 homers. He's walked 53 and struck out 56. And I read all that with a nose that desperately needed to be scratched. So here's Hemus. He's in for Shane Deans, who injured himself in the top of the 1st. They are not naming any trophies after Vic. No, they are not. So Solly is 0 for 3. All right, Zarly, thanks for watching. Throwing gasoline on the fire. I just went lefty versus lefty. This is why I get yelled at. So thanks for watching, Zarly. We'll take care. Pitch to Hemus. There's a ground ball to third. Bachman over to first, and that's 1 out. So here's Musial. Stan is 0 for 4 with an RBI. In Canada, there is. Musial. There's a liner in the right field. Walker will pick it up. The pipeline, by the way, is back up and operating today. So Musial with a good chance to steal. Here's Nippy Jones. He's 2 for 4. Singled twice and scored. Throw to first. Musial's back. He goes, and the throw down to Bascal is in time. They got him. So 2 out. And now a 2-2 count to Jones. How you doing, Tribe fan? Pitch to Jones is a slow roll to Rojek. Behind the bag, over the hop, and that will retire the side. So the Cardinals make that big running error on the bases. No runs a hit. They don't leave anybody on after 7.5 at 6-5, St. Louis. Oh. What is it? If your nose itches, you're kissing a fool? Is that it? So Kiner, Walker, and Baskill. Tribe living the dream. In Cleveland. Kiner tripled. He has 8 on a year. Drove in his 121st run. Here's a slow roller to first. Jones stabs it, underhands it to Staley. Kiner not blessed with speed, and he's thrown out. So 1 out for Walker, who's 1 for 3 with a run scored. 6-12-1 for the Cards. They've left on 10. 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Pirates, and they've left on 4. Pitch to Walker. Popped up right side. Jones into foul territory. And that goes out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. Bascal on deck. And Walker draws the walk. So 1 out walk for Bascal, who's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Staley's second walk. Pitches a ground ball to third. Might be 2. Glaviano's only throw is to first. And they get Monty by a couple steps. Walker, who in his heyday was speedy, not anymore. Here's Eddie Bachman. He's 2 for 3. Single, a triple, and drove in 2. Popped up. Rice to the screen. Makes the catch. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the ninth at Forbes at 6-5, St. Louis. So it'll be Slaughter, Marion, and Rice to face Lombardi here in the ninth. Enos is 2 for 3. He has singled, doubled, walked, and scored twice. And there's a ground ball base hit right side. Walker will pick it up. Looking at all the colors in the chat, it looks like someone swallowed a bowl of Fruity Pebbles. Here's Marion. Marion is 0 for 3 and has struck out 3 times and scored. Kind of sack bunt in there as well. Popped up. Right side. Hop. Not Marty's best day, 1 out. Lombardi pitching in relief. Will face Rice. Dell is 2 for 3. Singled twice. Scored and drove in a run. This time it gets away from McCullough. Slaughter moves on to second on the wild pitch. So the 1-1 was way inside. No. There's not a lot of orange on the screen. There's lots of fluorescent green, a little blue, and some yellow. Pitch to Rice. There's a ground ball base hit up the middle. Slaughter will round third. No, he'll hold. So a 2-out or 1-out single from Rice. 14th hit for the Cardinals. And now I'll bring up Glaviano, who is 2 for 3. Tommy has singled twice and driven in a run. That's rave green. So says the person watching on the Bill Walton channel. So runners on the corners. 1 out. Definitely a World Football League uniform for sure. Pirates want 2. Won't get it as Glaviano walks to load the bases. It's not easy being green. That shouldn't trip off any copyright matches. So Jerry Staley comes to the plate. He has struck out 3 times and bunted. So Slaughter on third. Rice on second, and Glaviano on first. I think everybody sees the chat in different colors anyway, but no, they don't have a tie-dye option. Oh, God, no. Force at any base, so it's not like the Pirates are kind of sad about this. Ron Northey's going to pinch hit. So the Cards go lefty versus lefty here. 251, 4 homers, and 36 RBI. In the left field, in the corner by the bullpens, kind of reaches and makes the catch. Slaughter will tag. Kiner throws home. McCullough got him. Oh, baby. So a double play ends the inning. The Cardinals load the bases and get nothing. What a throw by Ralph Kiner. Ted Wilkes coming in. Pirates need 1 to tie and 2 to win. I can give out channel points. You want some channel points? Oh, you get channel points. If you smoke the right stuff before the broadcast. No, Uncle Ron doesn't do that, John, but thanks for playing. Wilkes is 8-5 with 5 saves and an ERA of 4.5. Quark is 33 years old, a fastball pitcher, 87, and a ground ball pitcher. Against the Pirates, his 6th appearance. Apparently you have infinite channel points. 5 2/3 innings, 7 hits. 5 runs all earned. He's walked 5 and struck out 4. He is 2-0 against the Pirates with a save. I haven't drank any of that funny coffee since Christmas. He last pitched on the 17th. He went 2/3 of an inning against the Reds and struck out a batter. 58 innings, 61 hits. 5 home runs allowed, 35 in total. 29 earned runs, 27 walks, and 36 strikeouts. It's legal in Vermont, by the way. The green stuff. Wacky tobacco, as it comes up in chat. So McCullough is 1 for 3, a triple and RBI, pitcher spot, and Rojek. As we said, 1 to tie and 2 to win. What do you use channel points for? Do we get a break on groceries? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But it says I have infinite points. Pitch to McCullough. Here's a fly ball right center field. D-ring moves over, 1 out. Of course, that's the type of stuff they would talk about in a Fortnite stream. All right, who can hit a righty? It's going to be Ed Stevens. Oh, you can highlight a message. I guess so. Stevens at 253. 2 homer. I tried to use my channel points, but I can't do it with myself. 2 homers and 25 RBI. Wilkes trying to shut down the Pirates and hold on to a 6-5 lead. There's a slow chopper foul first base side, and the count goes to 0-2. Rojek on deck. He's 1 for 4. Pitch to Stevens is a bounder to Hemus, who makes the catch to win or to get the second out. A line drive to second. Hemus just put up the glove on the dead run and made the catch. So you get 100 points for that because you highlighted your own message. I have no idea what it does. So I'll bring up Rojek, who's the last chance saloon. Rojek 1 for 4. He has singled and driven in a run. Here's the pitch, and there's a bounder past Hemus into center field, and the tying run is on base. For Safel, who's 0 for 4. And you do reckon that that message, at least on my end, will be in purple. So the tying run is on first, and the winning run is Safel at the plate, 2 out. Wilkes trying to hold on to a 6-5 win. He got him. He struck him out. A fastball swung on and missed, and the Cardinals are in first place again. A little lazy. The Cardinals hang on to win this one, 6-5. Oh, but goodness gracious. So Jerry Staley gets the win. He goes to 11-6. 8 innings, no problem, John. 8 hits, 5 runs all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 2. 6 runs for St. Louis as they go to 70-46. 14 hits and 1 error. The Pirates 5 runs, 9 hits and 2 errors. Wilkes gets the save. He gave up a hit and struck out a batter. For the Pirates, Cliff Chambers, 7 innings, takes the loss, goes to 5-4. 11 hits, 6 runs, only 2 earned. He walked 3 and struck out 7. Yeah, Hemus came in and played well when he needed to. Hard to lose Shane Dienst ever. Lombardi, 2 innings in relief. Vic gave up 3 hits, not a run and a walk. I'm the one that, or the computer, by the way, picked Hemus. So the rest of this Friday in baseball, the Cubs shut out the Reds 1-0. Dutch Leonard goes to 11-10. Waymeyer goes to 2-15. Reich 3 for 4 with a double and a stolen base. The Nats beat the Red Sox in Washington 6-5. Gettle 2-2. Kinder falls to 8-12. Gil Cohen 3 for 5 with a triple. The Tigers pound out 16 hits and beat St. Louis 11-2 in St. Louis. Howdeman goes to 5-10. Ferris Fannin goes to 4-9. Callaway 4 for 5, a triple. and a stolen base. Yankees beat the A's in 10, 6-5. Randy Buxton goes to 2-2. Bucky Harris falls to 2-5, and Cliff Mapes 2 for 3 with a homer, his fourth. The Phillies beat the Giants 4-3 in 10. Jim Constantine gets his first win. Gets off the schneid. Speaking of Bermanisms, he goes to 1-7. Dave Kozlow falls to 11-7. Wes Westrom, his first home run of the year, drives in 3. Brooklyn beats Boston in Boston 5-4, so the NL remains tied. Irv Hatton goes to 14-6. Hogue falls to 2-5. Jackie Robinson 2 for 3 with a triple. Randy Gumpert shuts out the Indians 3-0. The White Sox win. He goes to 12-10. Mike Garcia falls to 3-6. Hey, thanks again, everybody, for watching. So the standings, as we leave you, St. Louis and Brooklyn are tied, and they play next week. They're at 70-46. The Giants remain 6.5 back. The Yankees, magic number is 27. I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you the next time. So long, everybody.